And oh, how he walks with me. Yes, oh, how he talks with me. Yeah. And oh, how he tells me that I am his own.
Good evening, all. Welcome to the Republic Bank Inter-High School Health Quiz. Kindly stand for the rendition of the national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis, after which, please remain standing for the invocation by Mr. Adonis Rivers, Deputy Principal at the Charlestown Primary School.
Good evening. Let us pray. Lord, your word reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12, that whatever we eat or whatever we drink or whatever we do it unto the glory and honor of your name. So we have found it fit, Lord, to pause at this time for this inaugural health quiz that we're about to have tonight, Lord. We ask the Lord that you bless the participants, that you will calm their fears and worries, Lord, and that they will be very knowledgeable in answering the questions that is posed to them, Lord. We ask the Lord that you will bless the announcers, the timekeepers, the scorers, and everyone who has anything to do with this quiz, Lord. We pray that they will perform their duties effectively and with fairness, Lord. And we ask the Lord that you will give the students a spirit of camaraderie, that they will not leave here with any rivalry, knowing that all of them are winners, Lord. So we commit this proceeding into your hands. In your name we pray. Amen.
You may be seated. Kindly allow me to welcome and acknowledge the presence of Senator Honorable Troy Liburd, Minister of Education, et al., Ms. Latoya Jeffers, Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Health, et al., Ms. Nadine Keynes, Coordinator, Health Promotion Unit, and other senior managers, Ms. Tecia Burton, Branch Manager, Republic Bank, principals of the various high schools, Mrs. Jasmine Dorr, Mr. Kano David, Mrs. Latoya Blair, teachers, students, and other valued partners, members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to welcome you all to the first ever Inter-High School Health Quiz. I am your host, Ms. Teresia Herbert. I am the Education and Prevention Officer, and along with my co-host, Ms. Chevanae Nisbet, Senior Health Educator from the Health Promotion Unit. The Inter-High School Health Quiz and the accompanying workshops came about as a result of an effort to engage the high school students in learning about their bodies. We wanted to create an activity where students would be challenged to learn about health and health-related issues in detail. Knowledge and a thorough understanding of how the body works impacts decisions about the food you eat, the way you prioritize physical activity, as well as sexual decision-making, all of which are crucial for teenagers/adolescents to get a good grasp of if they are to live their most successful, most healthy lives. We partnered with the Ministry of Education and conducted 3 sessions per high school. Each session covered a different topic, the topics being non-communicable diseases, sexual and reproductive health, as well as general health and well-being. Up to 25 students from each school were selected to participate in the pre-quiz workshops. At the completion of the workshops, 5 students, including 1 standby, were selected to represent each school at the quiz this evening. Republic Bank graciously came on board as this evening's sponsor. Republic Bank has provided little goodie bags that include a smoothie voucher from Cool Blends for each participant and chaperone. Members of this evening's winning team will additionally receive a $50 top-up from their phone carrier of choice, as well as a movie ticket. Tonight's most valuable person, or highest individual scorer, will also receive a pair of wireless earbuds as a token of appreciation for their diligence. Additionally, I'd like to say we are very proud of these students for committing to this initiative. They participated in the sessions by asking questions about things they didn't understand and sharing examples of real-world situations. I'd like to also take this opportunity to encourage parents to intentionally create the time and space to discuss health matters with your children, sexual health issues in particular. And I don't mean threatening to kill them if they do this or that. I mean explaining why you feel so strongly about XYZ. For example, why don't you want them to become a teenage parent? Why exactly should they wait for marriage? As we are about to witness, our teenagers are brilliant, intelligent, and oftentimes very independent. They don't just accept what we say as a gospel truth. They are almost adults, and like adults, they need to have an understanding of what is being asked of them. If you need assistance, the staff at the Health Promotion are available to provide further support. In the meantime, we hope these sessions were able to provide some answers for them and to help them make good and informed decisions about their personal health. So without further ado, let's delve into tonight's activity. I will now hand over to my co-host for the introduction of tonight's participants, Ms. Chevonne Nisbet.
Thank you, Teresa. I would like to adopt the protocol that was ably established. Our inter-high school quiz will see the 3 high schools on Nevis competing for the winner's title. These schools are the Charlestown Secondary School, the Gingerland Secondary School, and the Nevis International Secondary School. I will now announce the chaperones as well as have the participating schools, each student of the school, announce their name, and this will be done starting with the table for Charlestown Secondary.
My name is Ambika Sanichar, and I am the representative for the Charlestown Secondary School, and I am in Form 4.
My name is Tiana Kelly, and I am in Form 4.
My name is Kikona Charles. I represent CSS, and I am in 4th Form.
Speak a little louder, please.
My name is Kikona Charles. I represent CSS, and I am in 4th Form.
My name is Najma Morton. I represent CSS, and I am in 3rd Form.
My name is Zion Harding. I am from NISS, and I am in 4th Form.
My name is Melina Fraser. I go to NISS, and I'm in 4th Form.
My name is Tinaishi Chirima, and I'm in 4th Form. I represent NISS.
My name is Kamisa Brown. I represent NISS, and I'm in Form 4.
My name is Kijari Huggins. I'm a representative of the Gingerland Secondary School, and I am in Form 4.
My name is Janice Eaton. I represent this Gingerland Secondary School, and I am in 4th Form.
My name is McKaylee Lewis. I represent the Gingerland Secondary School, and I'm in 4th Form.
My name is Talia Phillip, and I represent the Gingerland Secondary School, and I am in 4th form.
Please give them a round of applause. Each school has some standbys. So the standbys for the Charlestown Secondary School are Tasia Stanley and Chevon Daniel. Chevonnet Daniel. The standby for the Gingerland Secondary School is Carlton Pluck, and the standby for the NISS school would be Latonia Jones. Charlestown Secondary School is being chaperoned by Miss Felicia Manners, the Gingerland Secondary School by Miss Shirley Wilkes, and the NISS, the Nevis International Secondary School by Miss Latoya Blair. To the audience, please give all the students, standbys, and chaperones a round of applause, and please feel free to cheer them on throughout the competition, without shouting the answers, of course. Our judges this evening are Dr. Judy Nisbet, Miss Michelle Sutton, and Dr. Tivon Brown. Dr. Judy Nisbet received her early education on Nevis and is a graduate of the Charlestown Secondary School. She pursued her tertiary education at the University of the West Indies, and upon completion of her medical degree, worked at the University Hospital, Mona Campus, Jamaica. She returned to Nevis and was employed at the Alexandra Hospital before transferring to the Department of Public Health. Prior to her retirement, Dr. Nisbet served as Medical Officer of Health and as HIV, STI, and TB Clinical Care Coordinator of for the island of Nevis. She coordinated the COVID-19 response during the pandemic and presently functions in the capacity of Infectious Disease Program Coordinator. Dr. Nisbet owns and operates a private medical practice located on Government Road. Please welcome Dr. Judy Nisbet. Michelle Sutton graduated from the University of Toronto with a bachelor's in physical and health education. She continued her studies in areas of national nutrition and health education and promotion. Additionally, she is a registered massage therapist. Her 20+ years of experience in the health field is diverse, which includes being a kinesiologist, physical education teacher, lead clinical registered massage therapist, and health and wellness curriculum writer. Currently, Ms. Sutton is the Health and Wellness Coordinator with the Curriculum Development Unit. Ms. Sutton is passionate about health education and is delighted to be part of the inaugural Inter-High School Health Quiz. Please welcome Ms. Sutton. Dr. Tivon Brown is a graduate of the Gingerland Secondary School. He completed his medical degree at St. George's University in Grenada. He went on to do further training in the US and the UK, and also worked in Canada for 2 years. He is now employed by the Alexandra Hospital. Dr. Brown has a passion for community health and wellness. Please welcome Dr. Brown. Our scorers are Ms. Shana Howell, Surveillance Officer at the Health Promotion Unit, and Ms. Nadine Carty, Coordinator of Health Promotion Unit. The timer, Ms. Nicola Fraser, Health and Wellness Coordinator of the Ministry of Education. Your announcers will be myself, Chevonnet Nisbet, and Teresia Herbert. On behalf of the staff of the Health Promotion Unit, I would like to extend best wishes to each of the schools and calm nerves and confidence to each participant on stage. Good luck to each of you, and remember, your best is always good enough for us. Remain focused. You got this. I will now hand over to our moderator, Ms. Latoya Jeffers, Assistant Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs, who will read the rules of the quiz and get the competition started. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Please permit me to adopt the protocol. But of course, I would like to recognize our Minister of Health, et al., Ms. Janelle Nisbet, and the Minister of Education, Honorable Troy Liburd. Round 1 and 2 will consist of 12 questions each, and they will be individually answered. No collaboration is allowed. Round 1, questions will consist of questions about NCDs. Round 2 will consist of questions relating to sexual and reproductive health. Collaboration between teammates is allowed for the final round, and the topic for this round will be general health. During the first 2 rounds, 5 points will be awarded to each team for every correct response. During the third round, 10 points will be awarded for each correct response. After each round, the scores for the round will be announced. The questions will be read 2 times, and each student will be granted 15 seconds to begin answering. If the question is answered incorrectly, the moderator will give the correct response, then give the next student a new question. The audience is encouraged to provide support via applause and praise. However, please do not shout any of the answers. Please remember that the students need to concentrate, so please avoid unnecessary distractions. The student who answers the most questions correctly will be awarded a Most Valuable Person MVP award. Should there be a tie amongst schools and/or a tie for MVP, we will have a tiebreaker question. For individual, we'll ask the competing students to step forward. Question will be asked until a wrong answer is given. The winner is determined by the process of elimination. The tied teams will remain on stage and continue to answer questions until one team answers incorrectly, and the winner will be determined by the process of elimination. Thank you.
All right, guys, we ready? Don't look so excited. Okay, so we're going to start with GSS, okay? In the far corner for our judges and scorers. Nadine is working on reapplying their signage. Okay, so first question.
Okay, the first question for GSS, Talia. Okay. Talia, your question. What do the letters in the abbreviation NCD mean, and say what an NCD is? I'll read again. What do the letters in the abbreviation NCD mean, and say what an NCD is?
NCDs stand for non-communicable diseases, and an NCD is an infectious disease that cannot be passed by a pathogen or passed to another person.
That is correct. Okay, Talia, the judges would like you to repeat your answer.
The abbreviation NCDs stand for non-communicable diseases, and an NCD is an infectious disease that cannot be passed by a pathogen or that cannot be passed from one person to another.
The judges have decided that a part of the question is correct, not the entire question. It's not the entire. Part of the answer is correct, not the entire answer.
Incorrect. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Talia, so that's incorrect. NCD, non-communicable diseases, a lifestyle disease that cannot be passed on from one person to another. It is mostly developed by an unhealthy lifestyle.
So the part of the question you got incorrect where you said it's an infectious disease. It's a non-infectious disease, but you answered the other part correct.
McKelly, your question: what are 3 things we can do to prevent NCDs? What are 3 things we can do to prevent NCDs?
3 things we can do to prevent NCDs are eating healthier, doing more physical activity, eating healthier, doing more physical activity. Eating healthier, doing more physical activity, and having checkups by the doctor to ensure that we are healthy.
That is correct. Junice, your question: being mentally healthy is just as important as being physically healthy. What are 2 practices that can improve or maintain good mental health? Being mentally healthy is just as important as being physically healthy. What are 2 practices that can improve or maintain good mental health? Okay. Exercising, eating well, listening to music, meditating, being around people that make you happy, doing things that make you happy, alone time, reading, talking, walking, taking a walk, watching the sunset or sunrise, just to name a few. Okay? Kijari, your question. List 3 NCDs that are prominent in St. Kitts and Nevis. List 3 NCDs that are prominent in St. Kitts and Nevis.
3 NCDs that are prominent in St. Kitts and Nevis are cancer, diabetes, and being obese.
Okay, very good, that is correct. Okay, we move on to NISS. Kamisi, oh, thank you. Kamisia, your question. During an NCD screening session, other than blood pressure checks, What are two other tests or checks that are done during an NCD screening other than blood pressure checks? What are two other tests or checks that are done?
Two other checks that are done are height checks and
Okay. Blood, glucose, sugar, BMI, kidney function, waist circumference, just to name a few. Tineshi, your question. Being physically active is part of a healthy lifestyle. How often should we exercise? Being physically active is part of a healthy lifestyle. How often should we exercise?
Mostly 3 to 4 days, at least 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour.
That is correct. Melana, that is correct. Melana?
Melina.
Melina. Melina, your question. Which NCD develops because the pancreas either is not producing insulin at all or not producing enough insulin? Which NCD develops because the pancreas is either not producing insulin at all or not producing enough insulin? Okay, the answer is diabetes. Zion, your question. Explain what a risk factor is and list 4 risk factors of NCDs. Explain what a risk factor is and list 4 risk factors of NCDs.
A risk factor is the allowing yourself to have the opportunity of contracting an NCD. 4 NCD risks are not exercising enough, not eating properly, not keeping your hygiene up, and not drinking enough water.
Judges? Yeah. Correct. Charlestown Secondary, Najma, your question. What percentage of deaths in the Federation are due to NCDs or complications from NCDs? What percentage of deaths in the Federation are due to NCDs or complications from NCDs?
60%?
Yes, that is correct. Just answer, don't ask. Okay, what's her name? That's Kikona? Okay. Kikona, your question. Why is hypertension known as the silent killer? Why is hypertension known as the silent killer?
Hypertension is known as the silent killer because it develops and it builds pressure without any side effects or any illnesses.
Correct. Tiana, your question. How is a person diagnosed with hypertension? How is a person diagnosed with hypertension?
A person is diagnosed with hypertension by checking their blood and their blood concentration. A person is checked for hypertension by taking a blood test and their blood concentration is studied.
No, that is incorrect. An average of at least 3 checks, then referral to the doctor who does more invasive tests before diagnosis. Okay? Ambika, your question. What does it mean to get a health screening done? What does the term health screening mean? What does it mean to get a health screening done? What does the term health screening mean? Okay, to get or perform tests that monitor or check for illnesses and diseases. And that brings us to the end of round 1.
All right, good job, guys. So we're going to wait and get the tallying of the scores for the first round. The next round will be sexual and reproductive health. So, make me proud. Scorers, let us know when you're ready with the results.
All right. Combined scores for points for round 1. CSS, 10 points. GSS, 10 points. NISS, 10 points. So right now, all 3 schools are tied. Next round, please be confident in your answer. Focus and answer the questions. You were taught these things.
Okay, we'll move right into the second round, sexual and reproductive health. Talea, your question. Which sexually transmitted disease is responsible for causing approximately 70% of all cervical cancer cases? Which sexually transmitted disease is responsible for causing approximately 70% of all cervical cancer cases?
Human papillomavirus is the cause of these cervical cancer.
That is correct. McKelly, What does the acronym HIV stand for? What does the acronym HIV stand for?
The acronym HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus.
That is correct. Junice, list 3 ways a person can reduce their risk of contracting an STD. List 3 ways a person can reduce their risk of contracting an STD.
Wearing protection while having sex, don't have sex at all, and go for checkups.
That is correct. Hijari, the following is an overgrowth of fungus, not considered an STD, but can have similar symptoms such as increased discharge and itching. I'll give you some options. Gonorrhea, chlamydia, yeast infection, HPV. The following is an overgrowth of fungus, not considered an STD, but can have similar symptoms such as increased discharge and itching. Gonorrhea, chlamydia, yeast infection, HPV.
Is it yeast infection?
You're asking me?
Yeast infection.
That is correct. NISS? Camicia. Your question? List 1 major difference between bacterial and viral STDs. List 1 major difference between bacterial and viral STDs.
The difference between the both is that one you can contract through sexual intercourse and the next one you cannot.
That is incorrect. Viral STDs cannot be cured. Bacterial STDs can be. Okay? Or you could have said one caused by bacteria and the other by a virus, which is a giveaway. Taneshi, your question. List the 4 ways HIV is transmitted or spread. List 4 ways HIV is transmitted or spread.
Having unprotected sex, sharing sharp objects,
Okay. Sexual intercourse or close contact, object, needle sharing, breastfeeding, childbirth, blood exchange in the womb. Melina, your question. List 3 parts of the male reproductive system. List 3 parts of the male reproductive system.
You said a male?
Male, yes.
Oh my God. I didn't learn this
Here we have the testes, scrotum, penis, to name 3. Zion, List 3 sexually transmitted diseases that can be cured with antibiotics. List 3 sexually transmitted diseases that can be cured with antibiotics.
3 are gonorrhea, chlamydia, and syphilis.
That is correct. Najma, your question. List 3 sexually transmitted diseases that are caused by viruses. List 3 sexual transmitted diseases that are caused by viruses. Okay.
HIV and hepatitis A and B and Hercules.
What was the last one?
Hercules. Herpes.
That is correct. Herpes. Kikona, your question. Name the 2 female sex hormones. Name the 2 female sex hormones.
Estrogen and progesterone.
That. Correct. Progesterone. Tiana, your question. Which STD can lead to irreversible brain damage if left untreated for several years? Which STD can lead to irreversible brain damage if left untreated for several years?
HIV.
That is incorrect. The answer is syphilis. Ambika, your question. What is the window period for HIV? That is, how long can it take from the point of infection for HIV test to come back positive if the person was infected? What is the window period for HIV? That is, how long can it take for the point of infection for HIV tests to come back positive if the person was infected?
If a person was infected with HIV, they would be tested positive within a 3-month period.
Months period. That is correct. And that brings us to the end of the second round.
Congratulations, guys. You did so well. I'm very proud of you guys. So the third round, well, we're going to wait for the scores from the second round. And the third round is going to be general health. And for this round, you guys will be able to collaborate with your teammates. So you'll have 30 seconds to answer instead of the 15 seconds, 30 seconds to start answering. Okay? And we're going to do 3 rounds for this one. 3 questions for each school. Okay?
MC, some music, please, sir. Some music, please, sir.
so city. Happiness is the measure of success. Somebody say, why you? Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Somebody say, why you? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You see me as a man, love to play, love to jam. You see me as a man, I always happy once money in the hand. But I don't got no time for no worries. I don't got no time for no stress in my head. I'm on the mind, so I'm ready to go on the road. I come out to live my life, play a mass and live my life. I'm the happiest man alive. I come out to live my life, drink a rum and live my life. I'm the happiest man alive. Somebody say, whoa, oh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Live my life, live my life. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Live my life, live my life. Carnival is a time when the girls, they come out to wine. Festival in the prime. All of the girls, them just move up your waistline. But she don't got no time for no worries. She don't got no time for no stress. And she had how much she mind. So she ready to go on the road. That's why we go live with life. Drink a rum and live with life. Play a mass and live with life. The happiest people alive. That's why we go live with life. Jump around and live with life. Drink a rum and live with life. The happiest people alive. Somebody say, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Live my life. The happiest people alive. Somebody say, oh, 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 oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Live my life. Live my life.
You're now listening to an official Oh So City mix.
Oh So City, que rico, papi. Hola, Tunje. Winning like she from Africa. From Africa.
Tell me, see you wind up your bumper. I'm ready closer to me. Now give me when you push back that thing hard and answer my fantasy. Girl, your body looking good, and you put me in a mood. When you wine so good, yeah. Then she ball out, oh Lord. She grab on the thing like, oh Lord. And then I give she the thing like, oh Lord. I mash up the place and you know you're whining good. She ball out, oh Lord. Just give me some time now, oh Lord. She want me stop down the wine now, oh Lord. But you something feeling good. And she ball, hola, 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 hola. She ball, hola, 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 hola. She got me name. She ball, hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. She got me name. And she said, hola, tell them hola tunje, hola tunje, tell them hola tunje. Wine on the thing I want, stay on the mind I'm on. Anything that you come with, tell them hola tunje.
Soca just give me powers, yeah. Make me jump and set for hours. No, soca just give me powers, yeah. Drink me rum and share with others. Fet for hours, the soca powers. It's a wonderful feeling to share with others. All my brothers and all my sisters. Today we making we name. We party in sun or rain. We don't care what the people say. Once the music hit my brain, so much powers I can't explain. Until I pull a name, but the Father take me away. No, no, I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. We're phenomenal. Yeah, yeah.
puts them in grave danger. You will expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Okay, we are going to give a 5-minute bathroom break so students can use the bathroom or
You
even the
think
audience.
you're invincible?
You think it can only happen to certain people?
Yeah, man. Be smart. Think.
Glove up when you love up.
Go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. Because the guy to see how they fall. Since you bam bam big, baby, drop it down on the ground. Hey, you want that to see better it shake. So when they make it shake, yeah, shake it, don't let it break. Cause you are the best, my girl. You are the best girl, and I'm lying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl without trying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl, and I'm lying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl. So swing it around, just swing the thing, baby. I want you chop it down, I want you swing it around, just swing the thing, baby. I want you chop it down, I want you swing it around, just swing the thing, baby. I want you chop it down, I want you swing it around, just swing the thing, baby. I want you chop it down, yeah. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down.
Leg up.
Music from GDMP3.com.
See, the way you whine, they make me go down low, down low. The way you whine, they make me go down low, down low.
All my ladies, shake up your bum bum. The girl them shake up your bum bum. The girls them shake up their bum bum.
You don't matter where you come from. Oh no 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 no, this girl she a calling my phone. Yeah. Oh no 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 no, this girl she no won't let me go. Every day she follow me for Twitter. Next thing she want me guy finger. She want me to answer. Every night she want me guy ringer.
Baby, shake up your bum bum. Shake up your bum bum. Your bum bum. Ladies, shake up your bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum.
The way she a whine, girl, you a mess up my mind. The way you roll your behind, if you make a man to go blind. Girl, me love you topito. The way she my music is sweet oh. The way she dance it oh. Everybody them I love it oh. Yeah.
Shake up your bum bum. Everybody rap a bum bum.
Yeah.
Shake up your bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum.
See the way you whine, they make me go down low, down low. Oh no no no, whine, they make me go down low, down low.
Shake up your bum bum. You know where you come from. Yeah. Shake up your bum bum. Your bum bum. Your bum bum.
See, oh no no no, yeah. My body not yeah, but my mind no there. Me I like it in long life. I'm still on the bam bam. All you got to shake up your bam bam.
Oh, so city, I love when you mix, daddy.
Oh, so city. Sweet girl, just wine for me. Bubble up your waist, girl, just grind on me. I love how you're taking your time with me. Smooth like you wanna have my babies, yeah. Girl, just wine for me. Bubble up your waist, girl, just grind on me. I love how you're taking your time with me. Ooh, like you wanna have my babies, yeah, yeah. We packing up, no, so move along. This your last chance. We packing up, no, so move it along. This your last chance. Alright, no. The lime, don't tell me that done. The jamming, don't tell me that done. The drinking, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that done. The walking, don't tell me that done. We fretting, don't tell me that. How she whining, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that done. Well, I in the dance, I up on a bumper. Hold on to me, girl, feel she structure. Hands in the air, I come to break. Listening, I hear the DJ. You can't tell me that I have to go home, no. You can't tell me to come off of the road, no. You can't tell me I can't jam on a bumper. You can't tell me, no. The lime, don't tell me that done. The jamming, don't tell me that done. The drinking, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that done. The walking, don't tell me that done. We fretting, don't tell me that. How she whining, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that done. Cause I come here for fun. Whining on all woman. I come here to break away now. Like the first panic button. Like everything stop when I jam in something. But me and the DJ cool. Them can't play me for fool. Run to you can't tell me that I have to go home, no. You can't tell me to come off of the road, no. You can't tell me I can't jam on a bumper. You can't tell me, no.
You pump the volume. Oh So City pumps the tunes. Follow Oh So City on Instagram at OSOCITY.
Girl, how you bad so? How you bad so? How you rude so? I wanna take a little piece of that. Just give me permission to walk you. Hey, cause any whining girl, I don't want to interrupt you. See, I'm telling you, baby, the way you're behaving. When you whine like that, tell nobody to stop you. Oh Lord, I wanna go down. Let me see the waistline go wrong. Bubble to the baseline, you can't so long. Girl, you can't sit down, don't stick now, we can't go long. And you got the realest bumper in this town. It's the way you move it up and down. And the size and the shape is the way that you whine and the jiggle of the waist. That bumper is too real, it's dangerous. I wanna whine, but it looking dangerous. I wanna whine, but it could be danger. When I just want to grind on you, girl, it's too real, it's dangerous. I wanna whine, but it looking dangerous. I wanna whine, but it could be danger. And I just want to grind on you. You was born for this. I'm giving it all for this. You're walking up and I like it so. I say you was born for this. I love the way you're performing this. When you're whining, baby, whoa. Girl, you make me feel a sweat, and we ain't wine yet, no. I'm watching you whine and you know that I'm watching you so that you dip and go down. Make me feel a sweat, and we ain't wine yet, no. No, I wonder how that thing behind you just feel. It's too real, yeah. I got in position to walk you. Look there, I'm gonna do something, baby, don't let me stop you. No, just keep the thing going, feeling like we floating. I wanna jam to the ground, but I don't want to rush you. Oh Lord, oh girl, I wanna go down. Let me see the waistline go wrong. Bubble to the baseline, you can't so long. Girl, you can't sit down, don't stick now, we can't go long. And you got the realest bumper in this town. It's the way you move it up and down. And the size and the shape is the way that you whine and the jiggle of the waist. That bumper is too real, it's dangerous. I wanna whine, but it looking dangerous. I wanna whine, but it could be danger. When I just want to grind on you, girl, it's too real, it's dangerous. I wanna whine, but it looking dangerous. I wanna whine, but it could be danger. And I just want to grind on you.
Gyal a WhatsApp and a send text. Me see the SMS.
Me a fish show.
Send me a pic of yourself. One of you know where.
I have too much self-respect to send you a pic of you know where.
If you really love me, you will do it.
If you really love me, you wouldn't ask.
You matter to your family, to your friends, to your community, to you. Remember, you matter.
This message was brought to you by the Nevis Health Promotion Unit in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
STEM, science, technology, STEM, engineering, mathematics. Everything we do in life is centered around these topics. Critical and creative thinking, effective communicating, social skills, productivity, leadership could all be found in.
Okay, we'll begin the third and final round. This round.
Thank you. So after the second round, which would be the sexual education round, CSS 15 points, GSS 20 points, NISS 5 points. Total at the end of both rounds, the NCD and the sexual health round, 25 for CSS, 30 for GSS, and 15 for NISS.
Okay, so now we'll really begin the third and final round. This round is general health. We'll have 3 rounds. And I'm going to start with GSS. You can collaborate for this round. Your question: how many health centers do we have on the island? And name them. How many health centers do we have on the island? And name them.
There are 6 health centers on the island. 6 health centers on the island.
Name them.
Jesus Christ.
Combermere Health Center, Butler's Health Center, Cotton Ground Health Center, Gingerland Health Center, Charleston Health Center. Jessup? No. Jessup Health Center? No. Oh, Cotton Ground.
I think you said cotton ground twice. Okay, so the correct answer, 6, yes. Combermere, Charlestown, Cotton Ground, Butlers, Gingerland, and Brown Hill. That's the one you missed. NISS, your question. Other than checking your blood pressure, what are 2 other services offered by the health centers on the island? Other than checking your blood pressure, what are 2 other services offered by the health centers on the island?
The other 2 would be bodily screening or screening, and a pap smear screening, or a pap smear, I guess.
What was the first thing?
Body screening and pap smear.
Body?
Screening and pap smear. All right. General checkups and pap smear.
Correct. We have antenatal clinics, HIV testing, pap smears, blood glucose checks, blood pressure checks, diabetic clinics, men's health clinics, weight checks, family health, doctor clinics, immunization. CSS, your question. List 3 health screening tests or procedures offered on NIVIS. List 3 health screening tests or procedures offered on NIVIS.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. List 3 health screenings that are offered on NIVIS.
Mammogram.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Mammogram and pap smears and
Okay, your time is up. Pap smears, prostate screening, breast cancer screening, eye examination, colon cancer screening, diabetic, hypertension, kidney function, general health screenings. Okay, we are back at GSS. Your question. What are 3 things we can do to improve or maintain good dental health? What are 3 things we can do to improve or maintain good dental health?
Do not eat a lot of sweet foods. Brush at least twice or more than twice a day, and get a dental checkup every 6 months.
That is correct. NISS, your question. What is the reason we should not use toothpaste and mouthwash together? What is the reason we should not use toothpaste and mouthwash together?
The reason why you cannot use toothpaste and mouthwash is because they both contain chemicals that will create a chemical reaction which will over time damage your teeth or gums.
That is correct. CSS, your question. What is the recommended amount of sleep the average adult should get per night? And list one reason why sleep is very important. What is the recommended amount of sleep the average adult should get per night? And list one reason why sleep is very important.
A person should get 8 or more hours of sleep, and sleep is important. Sleep recharges your body and gives you energy.
That is correct. GSS, your question. What are 4 good hygiene practices? What are 4 good hygiene practices?
Hygiene with breathing twice a day, twice or more times a day, brushing your teeth twice or more times a day. Cutting or shaving your pubic hairs, and sleeping 6 to 8 hours. Recommend no hygiene. And using deodorant.
Correct. Okay, so you mentioned bathing often, brushing teeth often, wearing clean clothing, washing our hands often, clean fingernails, being well groomed, with clean hair and moisturized clean skin, and keeping our surroundings clean, just to name a few. Okay, we move on to NISS. Your question. List 4 times or moments when we should wash our hands. List 4 times or moments when we should wash our hands.
Before eating, after using the bathroom, after cleaning.
Cleaning. What's the last one?
And before cooking.
Correct. CSS. Final question. There are 3 textures of toothbrushes we can purchase. Dentists recommend that we only use 2. Tell us which 2 they recommend we use and explain why we should not use the other one. I'll read again. There are 3 textures of toothbrushes which can purchase. Dentists recommend that we only use 2. Tell us which 2 they recommend we use and explain why we should not use the other one.
We are recommended to use soft and medium, and we do not use the hard toothbrushes because it is too harsh for the teeth and can damage the enamel.
That is correct. And that brings us to the end of the round 3, barring we have any ties. So congratulations to all of you. You did an excellent job.
Okay, so while we wait for the scorers to tally the results, audience, we have some questions for you. All right, our students on the stage have been on the spotlight all night. It's your turn. Y'all ready? Yeah. You feel like you know more than those on the stage? Okay, so you will win a tiny prize courtesy of Republic Bank if you can come towards the stage and give the correct answer without help. Okay? Timer, you ready? Oh, and Ms. Frazier is going to pass the mic around to make it easier. Okay. First question. The Federation is currently experiencing an outbreak of gastroenteritis. What is one thing persons can do to prevent the spread of gastroenteritis? Shayna, you're disqualified.
Wash your hands before eating.
Yes, that is correct. Wash your hands before eating. Wash your hands often and make sure to disinfect surfaces regularly. Okay? Next question, and this is super easy. It shouldn't even be on here. When is World AIDS Day acknowledged, and what is the color of representation?
December 1st and red.
Good job, Miss Manners. I think we heard that already. Okay. So next question. Which cancer is most prevalent in the Federation? Which cancer is most prevalent in the Federation? Y'all giving Chevrolet a workout, boy. Breast cancer is the cancer currently most prevalent in the Federation. Okay. What does the acronym AIDS stand for? Me. That one was too easy then. This is the last gift, by the way. Oh, okay. You have 2 more. Sorry, what was the answer?
Testing. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Correct. Okay. So 2 more questions. A pap smear screening is a screening exam recommended for females aiming to identify changes in the female body that would be indicative of what type of cancer? A pap smear is a screening exam recommended for females aiming to identify changes in the female body that would be indicative of what type of cancer?
My time here.
Cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer, correct. Okay, final question. This one, I think. Okay. What is the name of the process by which an egg is released from the ovary during a woman's monthly cycle?
Ovulation.
Ovulation, correct. Good job. Good job, audience. You guys know your stuff. All right, we're going to listen to some music or some other ads while we wait on the final tallying. When we're about to read the results, we're going to ask the Minister of Health, Ms. Janelle Nisbet, and the branch manager of Republic Bank, Ms. Burton, still there, right? Okay, to come up and aid us in the presentation of the gifts to the students.
I don't watch people, man. I'm looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I's a queen. I have my own king. Some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci purse. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and them can't be friends. I fight the battle and Jah give me health and strength. Now it's we. That can't be English, that had to be French. Some of them that stalk the most, like they know it all. But if the ground water slip and I fall, it's them so I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business.
All eyes on you. Wine and hold it. Twist your waist like wine and fold it. Bubble and roll it. Them girl, them not like you. Wine and roll it. Twist your waist like wine and fold it. Bubble and roll it. My girl, just show off yourself. Good on and good on and good on and bend. Good on and good on and good on and bend. Jump on a stranger, wine on a friend. Good on and good on and. Good on and good on and good on and bend. Good on and good on and good on and bend. Jump on a stranger, wine on a friend. Good on and good on and. Kick them shoes off. Down on the ground, knees bruise off. Bashment them, girl, you is a boss. Too hot, cool off. You broke this, too laugh. Girl, you're full of party sauce. On the IG, you always trend. Perfect, girl, you always 10. And you a model, me artist friend. And you a burn up the parties, them. So, girl, tick, and burn. Tick, and burn. Tick, and burn. All eyes on you. Wine and hold it. Twist your waist like wine and fold it. Bubble and roll it. Them girl, them not like you. Wine and roll it. Twist your waist like wine and fold it. What you waiting for? Bubble and roll it. What you waiting for? Going for days. We betting for days. We going for days and days and days and days. For days and days. We going for days. There we go. Time to step DJ Instas, Canada number one. What you waiting for? We going for days. We betting for days. We going for days and days and days and days. For days and days. We going for days. We betting for days. We going for days and days and days and for days and days and days.
Just walk right into the venue with we bam bam rolling. On steps stick a dip on the menu, vibe like champagne flowing. Hi. Look at we higher than play. When the party done, we not satisfied. We go down next one again.
We just play. Digital skills for the 21st century. STEM, science, technology, STEM, engineering, mathematics.
You think you're invincible?
You think it can only happen to certain people?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Be smart. Think.
Glove up when you love up.
Gala WhatsApp and I send text. Me see the SMS. Me have to show it.
Send me a pic of yourself. One of you know where.
I have too much self-respect to send you a pic of you know where.
If you really love me, you will do it.
If you really love me, you wouldn't ask.
You matter to your family, to your friends, to your community, to you. Remember, you matter.
All right, everyone and students on stage, thank you for your patience. So I'm going to announce the scores for the third round, and I'm going to announce the overall scores. So, and then we're going to, okay, I'll explain the other part after. So, third round for CSS, 20 points. GSS, 20 points. NISS, 30 points. Overall scores, CSS, 45 points. GSS, 50 points. And NISS, 45 points. So we have a tie. So GSS is in front, they're the winners. We have a tie between CSS and NISS for second place, so we're going to do a tiebreaker. After the tiebreaker, remember we said we have a prize for MVP. We have about 5 students who have the same scores, and so we have to do a knockout round for that. So do you want to know the names of the students now or after? So for the MVP, for the persons who have the highest scores, Kikona Charles, 10 points. Najma Morton, 10 points. Kijari Huggins, 10 points. Makili Lewis, 10 points. And Zion Harding, 10 points. All right, so now our moderator will now ask the knockout questions for CSS and NISS. This is to determine which school is second place and which school is third place. Good luck, focus, think, breathe, and answer the question. You know this. You can help her? Yes, you can collaborate for this round as well.
Okay, we are going to start with NISS. Your question. In doing research, sometimes hypertension isn't listed as an NCD by itself. Rather, it is listed as part of a much wider group of diseases. What broad category is hypertension often grouped with or listed under? In doing research, sometimes hypertension isn't listed as an NCD by itself. Rather, it is listed as part of a much wider group of diseases. What broad category is hypertension often grouped with or listed under?
The broad heading is cardiovascular diseases.
That is correct. CSS, your question. If someone is diagnosed with an NCD, how long does it usually last? If someone is diagnosed with an NCD, how long does it usually last?
NCDs are lifelong diseases.
That is correct. We are back to NISS. Your question: what month is ovarian cancer month? What month is ovarian cancer month?
February.
I'm sorry, January. Sudden death? Sudden death. Okay. C. Sudden death? Okay. CSS, your question. List 3 parts of the female reproductive system. List 3 parts of the female reproductive system.
3 parts of the female reproductive system include the vulva, the vagina, and the clitoris.
That's incorrect. The ovaries, fallopian tube, uterus, or the womb, the reproductive system. Okay. NISS, your question. Which major organ does hepatitis impact? Which major organ does hepatitis impact?
Pancreas.
That is incorrect. It's the liver. Okay. CSS. Your question. What are the names of the tubes that connect the ovaries to the uterus? What are the names of the tubes that connect the ovaries to the uterus?
Repeat the question, please.
What are the tubes? What are the names of the tubes that connect the ovaries to the uterus?
The fallopian tube and the oviduct funnel. The fallopian tube and the oviduct funnel.
Correct. So that's it. So Charlestown Secondary, second place, NISS, third place. Congratulations.
Okay, so for the tiebreaker, for the MVP, we're going to ask the five, instead of having everyone go off stage, we're going to ask the five of you to just probably stand in front. And then as you get the question wrong, so it's one chance per person, you go and sit. Or you can push back the chair from the table. Push it back. Oh, okay, so those who are not, the names of the person I did not call, you push back from the table, and those who are the five will stay. So Kikona Charles will stay, Najma Morton will stay, Kijari Huggins will stay, McKeely Lewis, and Zion Harding. And those of you in the back, do not shout or whisper the answer, please.
Okay, we are going to start with McKeely. Your question. What is the, name the male sex hormone. Name the male sex hormone.
Testosterone.
That is correct. Kijari. What is the name of the organ that holds the fetus while it grows? It is also, no. What is the name of the organ that holds the fetus while it grows?
The ovary?
That's incorrect. The answer is the uterus. Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. Yeah, step. Yeah. Sit back. Zion, your question. What is the name of the process by which the uterine lining is shed along with the unfertilized egg? What is the name of the process by which the uterine lining is shed along with the unfertilized egg?
The name of this process is menstruation.
That is correct. Najma, your question. What month is Breast Cancer Month, and what is the color used for its awareness? What month is Breast Cancer Month? And what is the color used for its awareness?
The month of Breast Cancer Month is October, and the color is pink.
That is correct. Kikona? Kikona, your question. What are the opening hours for the health centers on the island? What are the opening hours for the health centers on the island?
From 8 to 4.
That is correct. We are back to McKeely. Your question. List 5 organs in the body. List 5 organs in the body.
5 organs in the body are the heart, the lungs, the brain, the liver, and the kidneys.
Correct. Zion, your question. List 4 specific changes that happens in the body during puberty. List 4 specific changes that happen in the body during puberty.
For both genders?
Any.
For the males, they grow taller, their voice deepens, and for the females, their breasts enlarge and they get menstruation.
Correct. Najma, your question. Other than speaking to someone about your problems, what is another form of expression or an outlet one can use to vent about their problems? Other than speaking to someone about your problems, what is another form of expression or an outlet one can use to vent about their problems?
They can do journaling.
That is correct. Kikona, your question. What is the name of the STD that causes genital warts? What is the name of the STD that causes genital warts?
The name is herpes. Herpes?
No, it's HPV. McKeely, your question. List 4 areas on your body you should always pay special attention to when taking a shower. List 4 areas on your body you should always pay attention to when taking a shower.
4 parts of the body that you should pay special attention to is your genitals, your anus, your armpits, and your ears, behind your ears. Yeah.
Correct. Zion, your question. What percentage of the general population of St. Kitts and Nevis is obese? What percentage of the general population of St. Kitts and Nevis is obese?
60% of the general population on Nevis are obese.
That is incorrect. 40%. You can sit back. Najma, your question. What STD is characterized by a painless sore? What STD is characterized by a painless sore?
Herpes?
That is incorrect. Syphilis. So we have a winner, an MVP, Michaela Lewis. Congratulations.
So we're going to list out the overall winners for the school. So in first place, we have the Gingerland Secondary School. In second place, the Charlestown Secondary School. And in third place, the Nevis International Secondary School. And the MVP, the most valuable player for this evening, will be Miss McKeely Lewis of the Gingerland Secondary School.
I'd like to invite the Minister of Health, Ms. Nisbet, and the branch manager of Republic Bank, Ms. Burton, on stage to help us with the prize-giving ceremony, please. DJ, a little music in the meantime.
Now listening to an
Brothers, all my brothers, and all my sisters, today we making we name. Cause we party in sun or rain, we don't care what the people say. Once the music hit my brain, so much powers I can't explain. Until I go and day, when the Father take me away. All of my friends are saying, I'm phenomenal.
First prize we're going to give to Miss Talia Phillip of the Gingerland Secondary School.
I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. Yeah, yeah.
This girl says that she loves me and I just love her. She says that she needs me and I just need her.
Miss McKaylee Lewis of the Gingerland Secondary School.
Just give me a little wine. That's all I'm asking. Give me
Dillon Secondary School. Mr. Kijari Huggins, Dillon Secondary School.
My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. My girl go down to the ground, go down, baby, down to the ground, go down. Cause we got to see how they fall.
Camicia Brown, Nevis International Secondary School.
So when they make it shake, yeah, shake it, don't let it break. Cause you are the best, my girl. You are the best girl, and I'm lying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl without trying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl, and I'm lying. You are the best, my girl. You are the best girl.
Tineshi Shirima of the NISS. Milena Fraser of the NISS. Melina.
Music from GDNC3.com.
See, the way you whine, you make me go down low. The way you whine, you make me go down low. All my ladies, shake up your bum bum. The girls, them shake up your bum bum. The girls, them shake up their bum bum.
Zion Harden, NISS.
Oh, no. This girl, she a calling my phone. Yeah. Oh, no. This girl, she no won't let me go. Every day she follow me for Twitter. Next thing she want me guy finger. She want me to answer. Every night she want me guy finger.
Najma Morton, CSS.
Your bum bum. Ladies, shake up your bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. The way she a whine, girl, you mess up my mind. The way you roll your behind, if you make a man to go blind.
Picona Charles, CSS.
My music is sweet, oh. The way she dance it, oh. Everybody them I love it, oh. Yeah. She got your bum bum. Everybody rap a bum bum. Yeah. She got your bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. See the way you whine, they make me go down low. Down low. Oh, no.
Tiana Kelly, CSS.
Shake up your bam bam, your bam bam, your bam bam. See, oh no. Yeah. My body now, yeah.
Ambika Sanichar, CSS. I would also like to invite the three chaperones on stage so we could give you a prize for your patience and diligence and cooperation.
Oh, so city. I love when you mix, Daddy. Oh, so city.
Girl, just wine for me. Bubble up your waist, girl, just grind on me. I love how you're taking your time with me.
Miss Blair.
Like you wanna have my babies, yeah. Girl, just wine for me. Bubble up your waist, girl, just grind on me. I love how you're taking your time with me. Ooh, like you wanna have my babies, yeah.
Miss Blair, we want to see you, Miss Blair. You did all the work. What are you gonna say? Miss Felicia Manners of the Charleston Secondary School.
Alright, no. The line don't tell me that, the jamming don't tell me that, the drinking don't tell me that, don't tell me that, don't tell me
Miss Wells of the Dillon Secondary School.
Don't tell me that, how she whining, don't tell me that, don't tell me that, don't tell me that, done. Pull her in the dancer up on a bumper. Hold on to me, girl, feel she strong.
Mrs. Pemberton of the Nevis International Secondary School.
Listen in I hear the DJ. You can't tell me that I have to go home, no. You can't tell me to come off of the road, no. You can't tell me
We are also going to give prizes to the standbys of each school. So Mr. Carlton Pluck of GSS.
Don't tell me that, don't tell me that, don't tell me that, done. The walking, don't tell me that, done. We fretting, don't tell me that. How she whining, don't tell me that, don't
Upstairs says Miss Tasia, Hans Stanley, and Chevrolet Daniel. And Miss Latonia Jones of NIA. Could you all come to the stage, please?
You can't tell me that I have to go home, no. You can't tell me to come off of the road, no. You can't tell me I can't jam on a bumper. You can't tell me, no.
You pump the volume. Oh So City pumps the tunes. Follow Oh So City on Instagram at OSOCITY.
Just give me permission to walk you. Cause everyone in girl, I don't want to interrupt you. See, I'm telling you.
To our MVP of the evening, Miss Michaeli Lewis.
Like that, tell nobody to stop you. Oh Lord, I wanna go down. Let me see the waistline, go wrong. Bubble to the baseline, you can't so long. Girl, you can't sit down. Don't stick now, we can't prolong. And you got the realest bumper in this town. It's the way you move it up and down. Not the size, not the shape, it's the way that you
We also have a token of appreciation for our judges, so we'll ask Dr. Nisbet, Ms. Sutton, and Dr. Brown to come on stage, please. Please give them a round of applause as they make their way to the stage. Dr. Judy Nisbet.
Sweat and we ain't wine yet, no. I'm watching you wine and you know that I'm watching you so that you dip and go down. Make me be last sweat and we ain't wine yet, no. No, I wonder how that thing behind you does feel. It's too real, yeah. I got in position to walk you, look down. I'm gonna do something.
Miss Michelle Sutton.
Just keep the thing going, feeling like we floating. I wanna jam to the ground, but I don't want to rush you. Oh Lord, oh girl, I wanna go down. Let me see the waistline, go wrong. Bubble to the baseline, you can't so long. Girl, you can't sit down. Don't stick now, we can't prolong. And you got the realest bumper in this town. It's the way you move it up and down.
Dr. Tivon Brown.
That bumper is too real, it's dangerous. I wanna wine, but it's looking dangerous. I wanna wine, but it could be danger. When I just want to grind on you, girl, it's too real, it's dangerous. I wanna wine, but it's looking dangerous. I wanna wine, but it could be danger. And I just want to grind on you. You was born for this. I can feel it all for this. You're walking up and I like it so.
All right, that is it for Miss Ticia and our senator. Thank you. Please do stick around, though. We'll have, after the vote of thanks, we're going to have group photos with our lovely students and with our illustrious, intelligent students after the photo shoot. So now I'm going to do the vote of thanks.
She always fully glowing, not that thing exposed when she home with me.
All right. So before I start the official vote of thanks, I just want to tell the students that you did a very good job tonight, and we're very proud of you. And I know some of you are disappointed, but that is just part of competition. It does not mean that you're any less intelligent than anyone on stage, okay? So please be encouraged and continue to do what you're doing. It takes a lot to be on stage to answer questions in front of an audience. Our inaugural inter-high school quiz would not have been a success this evening without the assistance of a few persons. We would like to say a special thank you to the Ministries of Health and Gender Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Education for overall support of this event. The Department of Environmental Health assisted in the transport of furniture and equipment. To the Nevis Craft House for the lovely award frame in which the certificate for the winning school will be placed. The Department of Gender Affairs for loaning of the tablecloths, tables, and chairs. Our esteemed judges, Dr. Judy Nisbet, Miss Michelle Sutton, Dr. Tivon Brown, thank you for your time and the imparting of your knowledge in judging the competition. Our scorers, Miss Shayna Howell and Miss Nadine Carty, thank you. Thank you to Miss Nicola Fraser for keeping time, and a special thank you to our moderator, Miss Latoya Jeffers, for moderating the competition. Thank you to the staff of NEPAC for their technical support. Thank you to Jermaine of Tropical Blossom Nursery for the lovely plant decor you see here this evening. Thank you is also in order for Mr. William Bully Perkins for transporting the students to and from the venue. To the schools and chaperones for your support and participation. We would not have a competition today if it were not for the students participating, the schools consenting, and for the chaperones doing their thing in getting them organized and ready. We especially want to thank their parents and or guardians for permitting their participation. Finally, a special thank you to the staff of the Health Promotion Unit for their continued unwavering support. All hands were on deck for the planning of this event, and you are greatly appreciated.
I'd like to give a special shout out to Ms. Nicola Fraser. In addition to being our timer, she was our primary liaison with the Ministry of Education. So shout out to you, Ms. Fraser. We'd also like to thank NTV for providing live coverage of the event. And thank you to the Republic Bank for continuing to support the work we do at HPU, specifically sponsoring this event. We could not have done it without you. Also, thank you to you, the audience, for coming out and supporting our youth. It is important that we show up for them when they involve themselves in positive activities. So thank you all again. Please get home safe, and we look forward to your future participation in health promotion and Ministry of Health events. Okay. So we would like to take some pictures with the students, as well as and so we asked the minister and if Ms. Burton is available still.
Wine, you mean I can't ride, you mean I can't go on the road, alright. Don't worry, but I can't promise I ain't go wine on nobody. Cause the road have too much woman, well woman, cause the road have too much woman, sweet woman. Cool yourself, I play you with an ex-man, you play with someone else. Have a time in your section. Watch me I park, so when you're done, you could meet me on the junction. Back and I'll start, I in the mass, so gosh, I'm ready for action now. Fine in time. Roll your bumper, girl, do nothing, hey. Time to grind. Push it back and just add some pressure. Behind the truck, it's not stop walking up attention. Hey, let me tell you this on the road and the gal don't mix and just alone. I know I know nobody, but the road are too much woman.